John King for The Sprawl alongside Leeroy Barnes, who fights tomorrow night. You've just weighed in, Leeroy, on weight. How are you feeling? Obviously, you can't be feeling too well. How are you feeling right now physically?
No, I feel brilliant, to be honest. I woke up on weight and it was easy. I've been close to the weight for weeks and weeks, trying to take last minute things. Well, the heaviest I've been in 18 months is like 91 kilos, so compared to when I used to cut down for like 105 kilos, it's been nothing. Like I feel fine now. I feel like I could fight now, and I've just weighed in. So
you kind of got to size up your opponent there, Victor Cheng. What did you make of that? Did you take anything away from that?
He's underestimated me massively, mate. Like, he took the fight in about half an hour when none of the UK guys that were available in the top 10 would take the fight. Like, we were negotiating with Luke Barnett, who's number 2, for a week, and he didn't end up taking it. So he thinks, he's looked at my record and he's thought, I'm gonna come in here and get an easy fight, and he's fucking not, mate. Like, he's a black belt, and I'm a black belt killer, mate. My grappling's good, like, very good no-gi. So, it'd be nice to submit a black belt, but I might knock him out. I don't know. We'll see.
What do you make of that? How frustrating can that be when people are constantly tearing you down, and sometimes you don't always kind of get the fight that you want?
Well, what it is, it's a funny thing in the UK, because like for Cheng, for instance, there's not much he can see. I mean, you can see my previous Cage Warriors fights before they went on Fight Pass, and that was a bad time in my life. I had a bit of depression going on. I wasn't training properly. I wasn't taking the fight seriously, and he'll look at that where I wasn't turning up, and he'll think, his record and this. Whereas people in the UK know, like, people train with me, and people in the UK know that it's a different situation to what my record suggests, and nobody wants to take that fight, especially now everyone knows I'm back and I'm working hard, and I've spent a good 18 months to 2 years working back to this point. And if I go through Cheng, mate, I'm rightfully asking for a shot at the belt, because no one from the UK would take me. And I fought Marshman before and it went to a decision. That French guy I fought last time was Pony, so when I'm done with Cheng, that's what I'm going to ask for.
Yeah, obviously, you said you've dealt with depression and things like that in the past. Is there anything that you, like, in particular, that you've changed leading up to this fight to kind of make your game better overall?
Yeah, it's a long story to go into, really. Like, I've done other interviews, like with yourself on the website, and I've explained it all, and it's like I had to completely reevaluate my life, not just fighting and my career and stuff, but everything from the bottom up. I had to change a lot of things about myself and the person I was. I do a lot of self-discovery, really, and I have done, and I've applied things back into my MMA career and goal setting and small steps, and every goal I've set I've smashed, and everything's been gradually getting better and better. I've wanted good opponents and nobody's been stepping forward. I've fought some guys that I went through easily, and finally I've got someone good to show what I've been doing. So
are you a guy that in camp kind of looks at tape and kind of studies the opponents, or do you concentrate on what you're going to do?
I looked at all of his Cage Warriors fights within the first half an hour of him saying he'd take the fight. Obviously we had a lot of opponents for this, and someone pulled out and a lot of people declined it after negotiations. When they were like, "I've asked Victor Cheng," he said yes straight away. I was like, who the fuck's Victor Cheng? So I googled his name and it just said "why" in capital letters with a question mark. I don't know why, obviously no one's asked about him. So I looked at his fights, I looked at like the first few, and then since then I've not looked at anything. I just wanted to get a feel of who he was and what he was about, and since that point I just concentrate on my game, because I'm going to do what I want to do. So
how's camp been, from the start to now? How's it been?
It's been brilliant. Like, I don't really do camps, to be honest. Like, I've been training 3 times a day, like 5, 6, sometimes 7 days straight through. I might train 2 weeks without a day off for the past like 2 years, trying to get back to this level. But when I did take this fight, obviously the intensity steps up a bit on the sessions, and I relocated for 6 weeks from my training to Next Gen here in Liverpool, because I knew that Paddy was on the fight, Alice was on the fight, Dylan and all them guys, and I've got a good relationship with Paul Rimmer from when I used to come and spar with Danny Roberts, and they were like, yeah, welcome, come down. So I've done a 6-week camp with them, and it's been amazing, to be honest. They've treated me like one of the team. Like, they've not been putting their guys over me. Like, I've had the same treatment, and and it's been good. And the atmosphere in that gym, like the winning mentality and positivity is like you come away, you walk out the gym no matter how hard the session. I want to fight now, I want to go now, like, you know. So yeah.
You dropped a name there, Danny Roberts, who's obviously fighting in the UFC now. Is that you know, obviously that's your ultimate goal? How long do you think it is before you kind of get there? How long would you like to be there?
The thing is, like, it's a numbers game now, isn't it? With the UFC, they want the nice looking records, and my record's not that attractive. But you know, I think I've done 3 fights in the last 18 months, 3 wins, so that'd be 3. Cheng will be, you know, number 4. And then, you know, if I can get a shot at that belt, once I get that belt, which is what I'm coming for, which is when I wrote all my goals down 18 months ago, and I've smashed every single goal so far. My final goal, where I reset my goals, was to win a major title in the UK, with it either being BAMMA, and if BAMMA are interested in me fighting for their belt, you can ring me on 07855 gofuckyourself.com and you know, or the Cage Warriors belt. And you know, I think, like I said, if I go through Cheng, which I'm confident I will, I can look for that, and then that'll fast forward it a bit, and you know, I don't know, maybe three wins more could be there. You know, like my good point is that I've got a name and I'm a draw, so that helps as well. But you know, we'll see, mate. I'm not looking past anything. I'm just here for the ride now, and you know, my ultimate goal is to win the Cage Warriors belt, and that's as far as I'm looking, and Victor Cheng is the first step in that for me.
Yeah. What do you think Victor Cheng's going to bring into this? How do you think he's going to approach the fight, and how do you think what do you think his game plan's going to be?
He's a black belt, isn't he? So he's going to want to try and take me down. I've seen his fights. He's going to want to try and take me down, mate. I've not been taken down in over a month by anybody. He's not going to take me down, you know. That's what he's going to do. He's a grappler. He's spent a lot of time. He's spent 18 months away from the circuit grappling, and that's what he's going to do. You know, he's got technical stand up. He's got tidy stand up, like, but he doesn't seem to have power, whereas I do. So I think once we start exchanging and he catches a few shots off me, he's going to go to where his bread and butter is and go for the takedowns. My takedown defence is extremely good now, and not just that, all my grappling comes off defending the takedown. So, you know, I'll defend that takedown. If I get top position, it's done, it's over. You know, if I choke him on the way, then that's fine. You know, I've got a lot of chokes on my record, and it's not because people can't defend them, it's because I'm that good at them. So
before I let you go and eat, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my sponsors, obviously. I can never remember them all off by heart. So if you go to my Twitter at Leeroy Barnes, they're all listed on there on the banner. And just, you know, thanks to everyone I've been working with, and thanks to Next Gen for having me down there for 6 weeks and everything. You know, there's 2 titles going back to that gym tomorrow night. So, you know, and they're going to go undefeated, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm going to win mine, and they can have that as well. So
yeah, Leeroy, thank you, and hopefully all goes well tomorrow.
No worries,
thanks.
Nice.